to Texans today. It is the major primary runoff today in the Lone Star State, featuring Texas Senate Republican incumbent John Cornyn against challenger incumbent Attorney General Ken Paxton. A pretty big election day today. We're going to see the race was shook up last week when President Donald Trump threw his weight behind Paxton, the challenger to Cornyn. So a big deal there when it comes to Cornyn's viability and electoral capabilities. It's not looking good for the incumbent senator. Let's just say that. But here, I'm going to text the link to the click, so everyone give me 1 sec. What's going on, Cody? Good morning to you, sir. Wonderful to see you. Big election day here. We are here right outside of the Supreme Court of the United States. Who am I polling for tonight? Don't really have a preferred guy, honestly. I think Paxton will probably help. He'll have a little more, probably be able to poll a little more than Cornyn, I think. We're here right outside of the Supreme Court. We're doing some election day coverage in regards to the Texas Senate primary tonight. We have John Cornyn, the incumbent senator, against Ken Paxton. Cody asks who I'm polling for. I think Paxton will probably move the needle a little more here in Washington. Cornyn, he's been in office, I think, since 2000 or 2002. He's been there a long time. So maybe Paxton will have a little more benefit to him being in the conference rather than Cornyn. Cornyn, he's been, as I just mentioned, he's been there a long time. He's in GOP establishment. He ran for majority leader after the 24 election, lost to John Thune when it was just the two of them. Last time. But hey, everybody, if you're just now joining the stream, we're just here about to pull up to the U.S. Capitol. So we'd love if you guys leave the video a like, hit that subscribe button, join Cody and Parker down in the comment section. Ask me a question, ask me a political question about D.C., Texas politics, any of that good stuff. Would love to have your engagement. Would love to hang out with you guys a little bit this morning. But yeah, we're going to be here at the Capitol for a couple of minutes, at least for a little bit today. Probably not a super long stream today because the Congress is out of session. So they are on recess because of Memorial Day. So they're gone. They'll be gone all week. They'll have the week off. They'll return next Monday, next Tuesday-ish area. What's that? Oh, this school group is heading to the Capitol as well. But a little bit about the Texas race today. We are looking at, obviously, the Senate race, but you also have a couple of congressional seats. I believe Al Green, he's in the fight for his life to retain his nomination for that seat. Additionally, you have the Attorney General's race. So the successor to Ken Paxton is on the line, whether that's going to be Mays Middleton or Chip Roy. So Chip Roy, he's in the Freedom Caucus. He serves in this building right over here. And I know Mays Middleton, he's had some success in terms of self-fundraising. He was endorsed by Dan Patrick, the incumbent lieutenant governor, as well. So he's got some institutional GOP backing in the state that Cornyn does not have at the moment. So that's a little bit about the Attorney General's race. That's going to be an exciting one tonight, as well. We know Cornyn in particular, he's going to have a lot of support from the urban and suburban areas, but it seems like outside of those areas, in the rural areas, Paxton is just going to be able to eat him up in terms of electoral numbers and support, um, which could decide the race. The race was really flipped on its head the moment that um, Paxton was endorsed by the president. That really seemed to set up the parlay. That was so Trump threw the pass, and now all Ken Paxton has to do is alley oop it. Yeah, he just has to alley oop it, dunk it in the goal, and he's got it basically. So Parker asks, "Do you think Trump set up the newest attempt on him?" I don't think so. No, I think it was the guy thought he was Jesus Christ, for heaven's sakes. I think the guy was just nuts. Um, what Nazar, what Nazar Nice was his name or something. Um, so no, I don't think it was an attempted hit. I don't think he set that up. I think the guy was a lunatic, had a revolver and started shooting and wanted to kill people. So I don't think that was set up on Saturday. No. The Colonel, good morning, Colonel. What's going on, big dog? The Colonel says, it's so strange to see Trump run all of his former closest allies out of the office. Matt Gaetz, MTG, Massey, Lauren Boebert is the next target. I think he's worried about the files. I think so too, whether it's him personally or the donors that brought him into office. He's definitely covering stuff up for people. Um, yeah, those files implicate a lot of people that don't want to be known, that definitely don't want that information to be released to the public. So very, very concerning, Colonel. Good point. Yeah, and just imagine all of those people you mentioned as well, Colonel, were um, the biggest allies, the true MAGA people. Yeah, the true people that actually wanted to. Ooh, hello. This Capitol. So go back there, and you'll kind of hook a left or a right, and you'll see stairs, and you'll start going down. Yep. You'll go down. Yep, of course. Um, so yeah, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, Boebert, Massey, they were all the people that were really at the beginning of the Trump revolution, and now they're just being picked off. It's kind of one of those. Um, you either live long enough. What is it? You live long enough to or you die the hero, or you live long enough to become the villain. That's what it's kind of becoming, I think, um, because it's just an ultimate betrayal to go against all those members like that. So, good point, Colonel. Parker says, "True, Colonel. Isn't it funny? Taxpayers have to pay $1 billion for the ballroom." Jeremiah, good morning, Jeremiah. Thank you for joining the stream. Nice to meet you. Believe this is the first time I've seen you on here. We're here right outside of the U.S. Capitol building this morning. Jeremiah says, "Why do people think we are racist? Because we vote Trump, support ICE law enforcement, military folks who risk their life every day for our protection and freedom." Yeah, who are they going to call when they get attacked? Yeah, good point, Jeremiah. I think, there still is a contingency within the population who does believe that. Um, wanting strong borders, wanting strong law enforcement. That's not racist at all. So I think you make a good point there. I'm going to go to um, let's hold for today on the screen for you guys. Very true, Parker. Yeah, it's you know if the president and his team spend as much time and effort um, when you start thinking about, you wish the president and his team would have put as much effort into prosecuting people on the Epstein files than trying to unseat Lauren Boebert and Thomas Massie. It's the most ridiculous thing. And we can't stay silent about that either. Um, yeah. And I thought we wanted the files to be released. It's just ridiculous. All of it is. Uh, Parker says funny law enforcement won't. Okay, already got that one. Colonel says Jeremiah. The problem solves itself when you stop caring what liberals think. Yeah, that's always a good one as well. Um, yeah, just kind of tune them out. They're going to think that way regardless or no matter what. Um, and it's not like, yeah, are they changing your mind when they call you these terms or names? No, definitely not. So, yeah, just don't give it much attention, I'd say. Yellow Summer says, "Oh, this is just getting ridiculous. What's going on, Yellow Summer? Thank you for joining the stream today. Appreciate you being here. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, good morning, everybody. Just wanted to say, if you're just now popping into the stream, make sure you leave the video a like. Also, hit that subscribe button. We are here in front of the U.S. Capitol today, and we'll be hanging out. Um, with you guys for a little bit on the stream today. Also, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We are almost at let me turn on the filter, or off the filter rather. Nothing's been deleted so far, but we are almost at 1,000 subscribers, everybody. We are 9 people away from hitting 1,000 subscribers. So let's see if we can get up to 1,000 subscribers maybe by the end of the stream. So that would be amazing, actually. Yeah. So we're 9 people away. Would love to have your support. Please, if you're new to the stream, would love to earn your support. Yeah, please subscribe. We're 9 people away. Additionally, if you like talking about politics after the stream or just kind of generally all day, we would love to encourage you to join our channel's Discord. It's everyone is welcome, no matter your political beliefs or views. Would love to have you in there. We're in there hanging out, sending memes, chit-chatting back and forth with each other. But today's main topic, yeah, we're talking about the Texas Senate runoff, and Cornyn and Paxton, the the main race today that everyone's been talking about since the March primary back in March. We did a whole Awoken Wednesday episode preview show about the race. Pretty exciting. Yeah, pretty exciting in Texas. Paxton received the president's endorsement, and it seemed like um, that almost did Cornyn in. You saw Cornyn immediately kind of have this reaction. Kind of see him have this reaction um, to when the president got behind Cornyn. Um, when the president got behind Paxton, and you really saw the poly market, all the betting odds, the prediction markets immediately go basically 90-10 towards Paxton. Cornyn is in some big trouble, I think. tonight. I don't really see how he's going to. I don't see how he pulls this off, honestly. Yellow Summer says, don't know much about that. Have a good night. All right. Good night, Yellow Summer. Thanks for popping in for a couple minutes. 6594 says, let's make that ballroom bigger. Yeah, it seems like they already doubled the size of it a little bit. So already some stuff going on there. Fred's Lady says, morning. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for popping in the stream. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, everybody, just mentioned this a couple minutes ago, but we are 9 subscribers away from 1,000. So we would love, if you want to be one of the, let's see how, let's see if we can get these 9 new subscribers by the end of this stream. We'll stay on however long it takes, honestly. We're going to grind. We're going to get these subs one way or the other. I got fun. We'll have I'm thinking probably Friday, we'll do a special, like a super special episode on Friday. I have a pretty good idea of what I want to do for the 1,000 subscriber special. Just need to get some details worked out, get some kinks figured out. But just had a fan text in. We're at 993, so we only need 7 more subscribers today. That is amazing. G Money says, good morning, G Money. Thanks for joining the stream this morning. Will, what position in your regime will you give your 1,000 sub? I think if the person wants to be active in the community and help the regime, we'll probably give them a special title and make them like a recruiting specialist, janitor. Yeah, they've cleaned the floors and everything. No, that's hilarious. But yeah, maybe, it is, being the 1,000 subscriber would be a pretty special little achievement there. So we'll give them a little shout out or something. Maybe give them a special title. Yeah, if they seem to be active online and kind of understand how we use this stuff, then I think there's definitely a way we can help them out for helping us. So yeah, good question, G Money, and funny answer, Colonel, as well. So yeah, just mentioned that a fan text in. We're at 993, so we're 7 away now. And we're probably going to lose connection here any second because we're walking by this Library of Congress. We lose connection every time we walk by here. So just kind of be ready for your screen to be circling. But until then, Parker says between 5,600 and 28,000 homes for veterans can be built for 1.4 billion, depending heavily on the size, style, and location of the housing. Wow, yeah, that's a lot of new homes and property. Where do you think they'll be built, or where would you want to see all those homes built, Parker? All right, four of you guys have voted so far on the poll. Looking like, 3 of you guys are thinking Paxton is going to pull this one out. And I think you guys are right. We'll wait for some more people to vote in the poll, obviously, and whatnot. But yeah, I think Paxton's probably got it. I just don't see what Cornyn can do. Because the problem is Cornyn made his entire campaign on being close to Trump. And then when the second Trump when he bucks you like that, you have nothing else to run on because, it wasn't really your campaign. You were running as basically campaigning on being a proxy to the president. And it's tough to sell that when the president chooses someone else over you in your campaign. So I just don't see where Cornyn he's got anywhere to go. He's kind of trapped. in that regard. So, yep. Parker, do you recognize anything? Damn. Stupid ass person on their phone not paying attention. Parker says the houses can be built anywhere the veterans live or want to live if they give their life to the country. Why not let them choose where to live? Okay, so you're thinking just like as a okay, so you mentioned that statistic as like a maybe a project that the government should be um, investing in, rather. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea, Parker. You know, we got to take care of our veterans for protecting us. What's going on, Swiss Mike? Says hi, Aulden. Hi, chat. It's effing too hot here. I hate summer. LOL. It's pretty. If it wasn't for the rain, I'd be probably sweating my balls off right now. I still kind of am, but um, oh no, they got a president's going to get a checkup. It looks like today. It looks like he needs it's his annual checkup. I'm going to make sure he's healthy. Yes, Swiss Mike. So Cornyn and Paxton, that's a GOP Senate runoff, actually. So it's still a primary, um, but it's a primary runoff. So think of it as like overtime in sports, kind of like in hockey, like for the World Cup. You've been watching. If after the third period it's tied, you know you have to play another period or play more to get a winner. So it's kind of like political overtime in a sense, a little bit. It's just, yeah, because this first round of the election was held on like March 4th or 5th or something, like a relatively long time ago in the grand scheme of things. I'm gonna take my jacket off. Jeremiah says, just subscribe. All right, dude. Thank you, Jeremiah. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support, man. Big time. That's awesome, dude. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're almost at 1,000. So you'll definitely be remembered, brother, for helping us get there. And thank you, everyone that has helped us get to the position where we are right now. We had a really strong stream on Saturday night. I'm not sure if you guys were able to catch some of that. Swiss Mike says, yep, I remember USA won in overtime last year against us. Colonel says, I agree. Swiss summer is the worst season. Yes, the older I get and the more like my outfits have to be professional and like pants and suits and whatnot, the less I really care about the season. I care for the season. Um, Not like I'm a little ass kid and just be at the swimming pool every day now. I actually have to do with like adulting life stuff, and wearing those clothes for it is miserable a lot of times. had no internet inside of that Starbucks. And Parker, you are correct. Yeah, we are down to 6 left. So Jeremiah says, I'm in Las Vegas. Yeah, you guys have a pretty big gubernatorial race coming up in November, I think. Because what Joe Lombardo, he's due up for re-election, and he'll have a tough time winning, I think. So he might win, though. You know, what is he super unpopular now? What do you say, or what would you say his sin is? It's just the Wi-Fi I was connected to. We're good now. Hmm. Have to get more subscribers then. Parker says, "Have you started looking for sponsors to pay for your campaign?" Not particularly, but I guess now, yeah, at 1,000, we'll be taken a little more seriously now. Yeah, we're not just some startup. I guess we're still kind of a startup movement, um, but now we have legs and momentum. Yeah, there's a core support. There's the Discord. There's moderators. Um, all that good stuff. So we have a foundation now. That's the key of what we built with the channel. Colonel says APAC will pay you if you're a good yes man. Yeah, we want to avoid the big lobbying groups. But I get your joke there, Colonel. Swiss Mike says, LOL, Colonel. Randall, what's going on, Randall? Hope you're doing well, big dog. Thanks for joining the stream this morning. Says, Awoken with Aulden soup. I think the branding, the purple, I think we can sell anything. We can be like Mr. Beast and sell everything. Paul says JD Vance's big head fell off. Maybe the South Park version of him having a big old head. Maybe his head fell off of his tiny little body there. Everybody, if you're just now joining the stream, would love to remind you, please make sure you leave the video a like. Also hit that subscribe button. We are 6 people away from 1,000 subscribers. So we would love to get up to 1,000 by the end of the stream. We're talking about the Texas Senate race, the Texas GOP runoff tonight as our main topic today. Additionally, we have our channel's Discord. We would love to invite you to join our Discord. You can do that by finding the link in our bio. Parker says, get APAC to pay for you and then don't do what they want. They are a foreign agency anyways. I'm sure some people have had that idea and then just kind of what happens is you start having some big donors, whether it's a group like APAC or an individual, you start becoming too reliant. Think of it as like, an animal in the wild or something. If you start feeding, that's why they say don't feed the animals at like national parks because they'll become dependent on it. That's what happens to politicians here. They become dependent on just a couple of donors or just a couple of groups, and they become vulnerable and susceptible to influence to stay alive politically. So that's a lot of the problem there. Jake the Crusader says, good morning, Jake. Thank you for joining our stream this morning. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for hanging out with us a little bit this morning. Hope you're doing well, man. Yeah, I think I want to say I've seen your screen name before, but maybe it's been a second. So if not, welcome. Welcome to the Awoken with Aulden official YouTube page, official live stream. But if not, welcome back. Wonderful to see you once again. We got to get going. Yeah, we got to get in the Uber. That's right. Yeah, I thought I remembered your screen name, but maybe it's been a second. But um, yeah, it would be a good idea if it was possible to like quote trick people, but you got to think these are professional lobbying organizations, so it's just going to be tough to quote trick them into giving me a bunch of money. The thing is, I don't want their money anyway. I'd much rather it be totally grassroots and just from you guys. Let's get here. Yeah. Yeah, good one, Colonel. What's going on, Bear? Thanks for joining the stream. Jake says I changed my mind on Bianco. I'm voting for Steve Hilton now. Yeah, he seems to be the top GOP guy out there. Have you seen a lot of the? So something I've heard about very recently, actually, um, is the Spencer Pratt, the mayoral race. Him and Karen Bass. That race seems like Spencer Pratt has some really good uh, campaign ads I've seen recently. A couple of people have sent them. Have sent them in the Discord. So, all right, all right. So let's take care, brother. Nice to see you once again, big man. Thanks for popping on the stream. Jake says Bianco bent the knee to Black Lives Matter when they rioted in his city. He's a no go for most of us now. Yo, Swiss, if you're still on, accept my friend request on Discord. Um, yeah, what's going on, Bear? Thanks for popping into the stream. Yeah, we're trying to get up to um, 1,000 subscribers by the end of this. I think we can do it. I think we're 6 people away. We've already gotten 3 this morning. We need 9, so we need 2/3 of the remaining. Uh, yeah, of the remaining goal. Sam says, "Hi, Aulden. Who is America First candidate in these 2 candidates? Definitely more Paxton, more leaning Paxton. Cornyn, he's been in the Senate since I was a little baby. Um, so um, yeah, he's an institutionalist. He's been in the Senate for decades. Um, don't really, yeah, I can't say a whole lot of his accomplishments though. Like he seems to be a kind person. Um, but if you just look at his campaign, both of the campaigns are like, I love Donald Trump more than this guy loves Donald Trump. It's not really much of a, not much substance, um, which it is a GOP primary. So ultimately, there's not always a ton of substance because they tend to agree on more issues than like against the Democrat candidate. But yeah, Paxton versus James Tallarico in November. That will be an exciting one. I don't particularly see Tallarico as too big of a threat as some of these GOP establishment people are thinking. Like because when Trump got behind Paxton the other day, it was very much a kind of felt like the end of the world for people like Susan Collins and John Thune and Roger Wicker, establishment people. Um, Once they learned Cornyn didn't get the nod, same says can Tallarico win? I don't think it's likely, but it's not. It's above 0% chance he wins. I'd give it probably right now probably 10 or 15%. Um, Jake says, "Yeah, Spencer Pratt running for mayor against Bass. I'm not from L.A. Dudes pressure washing the streets for his campaign. LO, imagine if our city was this clean." Yeah, just a lot of smart campaigning. Just kind of, and that's an effective campaign ad in the sense that he's able to say, "All right, here's how dirty the city is, and here's a preview of what I'll do if I'm elected president by pressure washing some of it. So elect me, and I'll finish the job," kind of deal. So very smart campaign ad. Donald Trump 9362, thumbs up emoji, prayer emoji, USA flag emoji. What's going on, Don Trump? Thanks for popping in the stream for a little bit today. Randall says thoughts, opinion on Warsh. Is he uh, supply side or Keynesian? Uh, it's just the guy who just got appointed or confirmed as what is it? Fed chair of the Fed. Jake says, "That's why I'm tired of these politicians who've been in power longer than I've been alive, and they haven't done a damn thing." Parker says, "Big tech might go against you, but all they just have money. Blue collar will forever be there." Um, yeah, there's always going to be working class voters in America to support, good candidates. Good point, Parker. Yeah, dude, hope your job interview went well as well, dog. Um, yeah, wishing the best for you. James says, rate Tallarico as a Christian. So he had that. What did he say? He's had a couple of kind of oddball comments. Yeah, so said Jesus has like 6 genders. So I don't see how that's going to pass in Texas very long. Now the thing is with Paxton, he does have a lot of scandal and personal, uh, like he was impeached, right? He doesn't seem to have much of a relationship um, with the governor at all, so that could be a little bit of a danger to him. Jake says, Are you in one of them self-driving cars?" Nope, I got a driver. Um, does look like it'd be a pretty new car though, so. Yeah, it's a nice car. Yeah, everything's leather in here. Even got some like little like stickers on the window or something. Looks like little Valentine's Day stickers or something. Parker says, "I got the job, but they wouldn't let me uh, finish my 2 weeks with my first job, so then they dropped me." Oh, sorry, brother. Hate that. Jake says, "We don't even have taxis or Ubers in my town. Very rural." Really? Wow. You said there's no Ubers in this town? Yeah, he's very rural city in California. Yeah, it must be nice sometimes. Um, Suriana says Paxton is 100% winning Aulden. I think, yeah, I don't see Cornyn, especially with the Trump endorsement last week. I don't see Paxton really having much of a chance. That's so huge. Yeah. Mhm. Like, I think Paxton See, the thing is, I think in Texas, it's kind of like Kentucky and some of these other states where you have to um, be registered with the party. So Paxton can't even help or hope for some crossover voters or independents or whatever. But I agree, Sir Giannis. Yeah, good take there. Hope you're doing well, brother. Thanks for popping on the stream, though. Randall says Kevin Warsh, yes, the Fed chairman, Keynesian equal John Maynard Keynes, also known as boom bust bailout liberals like a Keynesian, but Patrick Bet David says he's supply side economics. Let's go back to the OG question. Uh, hmm. I think this new guy, I think the president is really hoping he's going to try and reduce rates, I think is what he was brought in there for. Um, so I'm not sure how much what his specific policies are going to try and be. We know the Fed, and ideally or intentionally, is designed with that it's not supposed to um, be political by any means or really listen to the president. But probably at the beginning, he's going to be under Trump's thumb a little bit. Well, Parker says God has a different path for me. I'm not too worried. Jake the Crusader says, my brother-in-law drives Uber. He goes all the way to Sacramento every day. He makes bank, though. Yeah, you need a ton of those big cities. You need a ton of drivers, always. Uh, Benjamin says, good morning, bro. Good morning, Ben. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. Happy primary election day in Texas. Jake says, we get taxed for trains that go nowhere here in Cali. Sounds about right. That sounds like California. Parker says 6 subscribers left to 1,000. Just got a message from a fan. We're 5 away now. So we only need 5 more subscribers. Get us up to 1,000. We're almost there. Yeah, super exciting, guys. Yeah, who knows if we can do it on this stream. Beta says, Bro Suryanich predicting Vivek winning as well. Yeah, he did do that last week. I'm still going to go against Suryanich. I'm not sure if Vivek has the political coalition yet in Ohio. Not yet, at least. Maybe he can build it, but there's still time. Beta says, where are you going? Are you with someone? Yeah, with a coworker, also with the Uber driver here. We gotta go pick something up. Thing is, we don't have cars here in DC, so we got to get around by Metro or Uber or walking. But Uber is going to be a little quicker today. So yeah, what's going on, Beta? Thanks for hopping on the stream. So yeah, Beta, I think, do you and Sir Yanish, do you guys know each other? Yeah, I think you guys, yeah, I have a suspicion that you guys are friends. Yeah, we are talking about the Texas Senate race. Jake says, you don't have cars, like you're not allowed because you're in politics, or you just don't. I just don't really need one all that much, honestly. It's super expensive to park. Um, like sometimes, like basically, you're renting out a parking spot month to month at some places, and that can be hundreds, like $300 or $400 a month just to park your car. And it's just and that's just for the right to park it at your apartment complex. That's not even parking for when you drive it somewhere, or you drive it to the mall or somewhere else in the city. Um, so it's the investment isn't really worth it having one here. Um, and I think, um, and you can get around by the metro or walk in or like Ubers if need be. Um, so there's public transit that's cheap and affordable and relatively safe. Like I'm not going to argue that the metro is the safest thing in the world, but it's not like people are getting killed every single day on the metro or whatever. Like sometimes, um, wait, yeah, it could be believed. Oh, is that? Oh, yeah, that's the Tiger Mart. That's the Checkers. Yeah. So we're in Northeast right now. Yeah. And it's just kind of expensive, right? Also gas. You'd have to be paying for higher gas right now. What is it? Yeah, it's 4.59. So that's not too bad, um, especially for it being in DC. Jake says that's crazy. Yo, LOL. Big Z travels. I only paid for a parking spot one time in one of them huge garages in Old Sacramento. That's just a lot of extra money that I don't want to be spending on, honestly. Yeah, Jake, dude. If you have Discord, dude, love to have you join our channel's Discord. We're in there hanging out, sending memes, talking talking about politics, doing election coverage in there as well. So we would love to have you if you have that. Uh, you can find the link to join our Discord in the channel bio, or Parker or Colonel or Z, one of my three moderators. They'll probably be able to post it as well. Jake says $5.99 here in my town because Gavin insists we need that Middle Eastern oil. Ha, Gavin, you gotta love him. Jake says, yeah, I'll have to check it out once I get back to the computer. That's awesome, bro. Awesome, dude. Yeah, I would love to have you in there, dude. Um, yeah, wonderful. And Beta says, no, I only met Suryanish here. How do you live without a car? Yeah, a lot of walking, a lot of public transit. Um, there's also scooters and bikes you can rent for like $3. Um, there are ways you can make it here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's the link for you, Jake, if you want to like put in your notes or do whatever. But yeah, you should just be able to join the Discord from there. Sam says, just subscribed you from my friend's phone. Dude, that's base, dude. That means we're 4 people away now, I think. Let's go. Thank you, Sam, dude. Your friend is awesome. Tell your friend I appreciate them subscribing, dude. If they have Discord, they're more than welcome to join the channel as well, dude. So, or join the Discord as well. Yeah, dude. You're awesome, Sam. Thank you, dude. Yeah, so yeah, we're 4 people away now, guys. Wow. Okay, I think we're going to be able to hit it by the end of this stream. Oh. God damn it. Oh no. Jake the Crusader says, I got you. I'll make it 3. I'll make it 3. Give me a minute. Oh, right. Jake has some tricks up his sleeve. Let's go. Yeah, guys, we're going to hit 1,000 on this stream. Yeah, I think we got it, bro. I like that JT Automotive thing. No, Oh, okay. Oh, I see it. Yeah. Yeah, it is primary. So on June 16th is primary day. I'm here in Washington.
No, this is Maryland. We're past the line.
Well,
Past the line.
at least that sign says DC.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're in
2026.
Maryland right now.
Yeah. Huh.
Who put that sign there?
Yeah.
Who's the idiot that put that sign there? I wasn't calling you an idiot. I was calling the guy who put the sign there.
Put that sign there.
Okay, so you're welcome to hang out front, or if you want to come see this shit with me, whatever you want to do.
Okay. I may just chill, honestly. Chill in the front. Okay, yeah, we gotta get. Okay, cool. Thank you, sir. Yep, you as well. Yeah. Let's get out of the car. Thank you. Doing well, man.
Give me just a second.
If you want to put all your stuff over here that you don't want to carry when you're checking stuff out. Okay. The Christian Kamikaze says, I am Jake. Says, awesome, dude. Yeah, that's great, dude. And that's chat banned. And Siriana says, subbed you from my mom's phone. Super nice. You're a goat, brother. That's awesome, dude. Here. Let me just kind of get set up. We're checking out the storage unit for work. Yeah, that's weird, Jake. I wonder why you did that, but yeah, thank you, Sir Giannis. Yeah, 70 from my mom. Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, Sir Giannis, you're a goat, dude. Had to click view. Yeah, it's the YouTube algorithm, like the chat filter is really weird sometimes. Yeah, dude. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate you big time. Big man. Appreciate you being here. Sir, and Sir Giannis, you're a goat too, dude. Yeah, that probably puts us at like one or two away then. Yeah, we got to be very close. Um, yeah. Can someone give me like an update on it? Holy cow, boys. This is amazing. Oh, yeah, perfect. 998. All right, awesome. All right, that's great. That yeah, we're two away. We can get two more.
And even though I came in here in person, can I still qualify for the? Yeah, I can do that. Don't worry about that.
So yeah, let's talk a little bit about the Texas Senate race tonight. So Sir Yanish is pretty certain that Ken Paxton is going to win, and I agree. I think Paxton has got it pretty well. Um, yeah, Cornyn, he just ran out of steam. He doesn't have a message. Because his message was, I love Donald Trump. Sir Yanish asks, Is your friend subbed who is with you? Yes, he is subscribed. He was one of my first subscribers on the page. Um, yeah, a lot of my in real life friends, they were here in DC. They were able to luckily be my uh, first supporters. Randall says, let's split the chat. Is there a specific emoji that you prefer, Alden? Love the American flag emoji, the purple circle as well. Anything purple um, is great as well. Yeah, American flag, purple stuff. Um,
So they only let you lock in, I believe, a year with the business account. But yeah, after, yeah, they'll let you continuously.
yeah, that's great. So, yeah, purple cross. Let's go. Love Jesus. So about the Senate race tonight. Um, so Paxton represents more um, kind of the insurgent MAGA populist wing of the party, while Cornyn is more of the institutional, maybe suburban kind of George Bush, um, kind of chill, maybe GOP party. Um, um, so really, it's kind of a proxy war. The election is kind of a proxy war tonight for whether it's going to be establishment GOP or more this populist, Trumpian wing of the party. Sirianis asks, Randall, are you subbed? Feel free to, if not, I think Randall's been here a couple times now. Randall's chill. I think Randall's subbed. Jake says, have you seen the reflecting pool? Hmm. Yes. Well, I guess not in its brand new capacity. But prior, yeah, I have seen it before. Um, but not in because everything really the entire mall is kind of looking shut down. Oh yeah, cool. Oh, okay.
That's perfect. Yeah. Yeah, no, French fries, French roast. Well, I just got this one.
Jake says, "Is it finished already? Was it worth it?" I've only seen images. Like it looks pretty cool. Um, Depending on the cost, I think that's the big question.
Yours is gonna be the other aisle. And is it just one level here? Yep.
But I think it's cool. A lot of the stuff that is under construction, it is costing money, but it is looking nice.
You can only go to like level 3 on one elevator, and then you have to go all the way down and around. Go another level.
That's correct. Yeah, that's where we hide all of our political secrets here. Buddy. Oh, buddy, you're so funny.
Actually, no. That's a turnout. Yeah, let's not look at that one. I'll show you this other one. 'Cause this door makes it. That door makes it stupid. Exactly. Yeah. This is a 10. Both of them are 10x15s, but I figure you probably would prefer this door.
This is the one I want.
Gotcha.
That's what I want. Yeah, I want this one.
Could be.
2203.
Yep. That'll be your lock and everything. Right here.
Very nice. Very nice.
Here's a little storage unit. Rick Young asks, "Are we getting ready for Storage Wars?" Yeah, we're preparing, man. We're getting ready. Yeah, man. I'm live streaming right now, so everyone's like, "What's going on with this storage unit?"
No problem.
So yeah, here's a little touring, and you got the ceiling.
That's what we need. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but yeah, Rick. Yeah, we're preparing for Storage Wars, though. We gotta, walking through these hallways, opening the doors.
Would you happen to have any like of those, like the storage slugs, the plastic storage slugs?
Yep, yeah, I gotta hide all my valuables. Jake says, "About time we spend some money making our capital look nice. That place was looking ghetto for a while." Yeah.
We have insurance that would cover
Yeah, sometimes it can. That's for sure.
anything like that. Rising water, fire, that. And I'll give you guys a couple of like covers. Good deal. That's stuff.
Jake says, "Hopefully it'll save us some money. I heard we spent millions on the leaks from the reflecting pool over the years. Stop the leaks, save some cents." Yeah, sometimes, especially when talking about infrastructure projects, no matter whether it's just like some random bridge or the reflecting pool, I always want to make sure that stuff is done right so it doesn't crack and you're forced there. And forced to make repairs in the future that costs a lot of money.
And did you already put in a reservation or you just?
Jake says that Honda in the parking lot. It's the same truck I got.
Yeah, no, I got it. Trust me. I got it.
This one, the blue one. You got a nice truck, bro. Exactly. Do it right the first time and save on upkeep. Same stuff with the house or garden. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Especially like our nations. I do appreciate the yeah, but mine is silver and dented up from work. What kind of are you in construction? I can't remember if we've talked about what you do before. So, okay, let's see. Moose says, "Is this a Trump cuck boy channel?" Not really. Not in particular. We're right wing, but we're skeptical of all yeah, we ask tough questions about people in power, uh, analyze current events. Um, so it's definitely, yeah, you're not finding like Jesse Waters or Sean Hannity type channel, right wing channel here. The real Uncle Sam official. What's going on? I love that username, dude. Uh, I hope you're doing well, brother. Thanks for popping on the stream. Yeah, today's main topic, we're talking about who's going to win the GOP runoff tonight, the Senate runoff. John Cornyn and Ken Paxton. A lot of people don't have a lot of hope for the incumbent senator. Jake says, I'm in the logging slash timber business. Own a sawmill and try to sell boards on the side. Awesome, bro. That's sick. Jenny Harrell says, good morning. Good morning, Jenny. Thanks for popping on the stream today. Hope you have a great Tuesday, great rest of your week. Yeah, already Tuesday. A lot of us, fortunately, we got the day off yesterday, so it's going to be a shorter week. Um, Same, Jake. Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's like, yeah, it's, um, I'm so right wing. Um, Ooh. Hey, you have someone trying to get in the store, sir? Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry. Yep. Gotcha. Cool. Yep. What's up, man?
Is it possible to like say that email is like my preferred?
But yeah, Jenny, thanks for hopping on. Yeah, only a 4 day week left for a lot of us. So hopefully, um, yeah, hope it was Memorial Day yesterday. So I did just kind of haven't said this yet, but if you have someone in your family that did pay the ultimate sacrifice for our country, myself, and as long as and speak for all of us on the channel, we are appreciative of your family's sacrifice. We understand that yesterday, for a lot of people in the country, was the kickoff of summer, whether it was barbecues and pool, playing by the pool, splashing by the pool. Um, and all of that stuff. We do just want to understand that for some families, um, it wasn't a fun day yesterday. It was one of the worst days of the year. Very sad day. They're remembering their relatives. Um, so just want to take a moment, thank you for your family sacrifice and protecting our freedoms. Freedom isn't free. Dono64 says anyone that doesn't support a president and living in the U.S. feel free to get the F out. Beta says, bro, are you storing something? Something for work, something for my day job. So I still have a day job um, along with this channel. Um, but yeah, just for the time being, something for work. So still on my day job. Still gotta get. Um, and this channel is going great, and I think it will become the main thing here at some point in my life. But right now we're not there yet, and I need to be humble and recognize that. So um, I still got work to do though. But luckily, my work is very flexible. They're chill with me having this, so I'm very blessed with the job I have right now. But hey, everybody, if you're just now joining the stream, believe as of a couple minutes ago, we're two people away, 2 subscribers away from reaching 1,000 YouTube subscribers. So we would love to have your support. And we're trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this stream. So we would love to have your support. Kirk says, hi, what's up? What's going on, Kirk? Thank you for joining the stream. Nice to meet you. I believe it's the first time I've seen you on the stream, dude. So thank you for popping on. Appreciate you being here, man. Um, what's up here at a store? So, my channel, we're in DC. We were at the U.S. Capitol earlier to start the stream, um, but now we're here at a storage unit a little further in within the city at Extra Space Storage. Here in Washington, um, doing some stuff for my day job. But we were at the U.S. Capitol to start the stream. Our main topic today, we're talking about Ken Paxton v. John Cornyn. Um, and yeah, so, oh, you're in Kansas? Okay. So yeah, you guys have a governor's race then. So Laura Kelly is term limited. She can't run again. So you guys got to get a new governor this November. Um, who do you think is going to be your next governor if you're involved, if you like politics? And Jake the Crusader, 1776 says, "You got this, brother. You're a fresh face in politics. Stay honest, stay humble, and the people will rally behind you. We're sick of career politicians trying to tell us what to do." Absolutely, dude. Appreciate that comment, dude. I mean, ultimately, this is um, YouTube media channel, but this is a serious political movement. We are ultimately at the end of the day, we have some big ambitions, some big goals, some big changes we want to see in the country, and we will not compromise on those beliefs, some of our core beliefs. Uh, Randall says, "Hey, Kurt, originally from Wichita, um, but now northern Colorado." Wichita, yeah, you got the Wichita State Shockers over there, the former member of the Missouri Valley Conference. Hey, what's going on, Paul? Love seeing you, Paul. Says over 20 people in Chirac shot over Memorial Day weekend. Not good. Yeah, that's not good, man. We hate seeing that. Yeah, we hate seeing crime, people being shot, people being killed. That's not fun. Um, we need less violence in America. But yeah, Chicago is still Chicago, that's for sure. Yeah, good morning, Paul. Hope you're doing well, dog. Yeah, Paul, dude, if you have Discord, dude, we'd love to get you in our Discord. Um,
Now, they still will adjust it if you do the month to month.
Well, so then what's the point of? Well, I thought,
Now, the only reason I say that there may be a point.
Relaxing music. Oh wow, just had a bunch of wow. So there were like 5 comments in a second there. Colonel says, "Why don't the strong gun control laws stop that, Paul?" Ha! Yeah, absolutely. Good point, Colonel. Relaxing Music says, "Who are you?" My name is Aulden. Awoken with Aulden actually started this page around 6 months ago. I'm here based in Washington, D.C., provide based Washington, D.C. coverage. We're in Washington, D.C. We're talking to members of Congress on the channel, doing deep geopolitical dive and analysis as well. Election coverage. We love covering the elections on this channel. We love studying regimes and power dynamics as well. So would love if you subscribe to our channel, Relaxing Music. If you're involved in politics at all, no matter, we tolerate all political beliefs on the channel. I believe I'm a free speech absolutist. As long as you're not advocating for people to be harmed or for violence, no matter if you're left wing or right wing, you're more than welcome on my channel to join. Yeah, to subscribe to the channel, to join our channel's Discord um, as well. Um, so would love to have you. Kirk says, "I'm too disappointed to judge who win. All all I know is that things haven't changed for the better at the federal level." A lot of people have that same view. That's for sure, Kirk. But Kansas though seems to be a nice state. Yeah, just kind of in the middle of the country, kind of away from everything, so you can kind of have a peaceful life out there in the Great Plains, I think. Paul says, "Make law and order great again." Yes, sir. The Relaxing Music says, "Are you a Republican?" Personally, I'm right wing. Like politically, I'm right wing, but as I mentioned on the channel, I'm tolerant of all views, of having all views reflected and presented on the channel. Um, so we debate a lot on this channel. We, um, yeah, debate back and forth. Like it is a, um, and all that stuff. So, um, relaxing music says you want to bow down to Republicans. I wouldn't say I don't bow down to anybody, but I'm not sure if that's what you were asking, though. I gotta tell this shit. What's up, Charlie Kirk? Says hello. How are you doing, big man? I hope you're doing okay, brother. Yeah, hey everybody. If you're just now joining the stream, make sure you please leave the video a like. Also, leave a comment. Join Charlie Kirk, Relaxing Music, and Paul down in the comment section below, and Jake the Crusader as well. Yeah, it says crackdown on crime. Yeah, bro. But hey everybody, we are almost at 1,000 YouTube subscribers, though. I think we're one or two people away now. So if you new to the channel, would love to encourage you to subscribe to the channel. We're here in Washington D.C. all the time. Sweet, there we go. Sorry, just had to refresh the app real quick. Um, but yeah, I hope everyone's doing well on this Tuesday morning. Yeah, day after Memorial Day. Um, yeah, we're almost at 1,000 subscribers though, so that would be amazing. Yeah, would love to have your guys' support. Um, Relaxing Music says you sound sensible right now. Let's watch. So, Relaxing Music. Are you right wing yourself, or are you left wing, or like maybe in the center, or what do you kind of think about politics? But I appreciate you thinking I sound sensible, though. I always appreciate that. Relaxing Music says I'm a left wing Democrat. Nice, we have more of those on the channel than you'd think. Actually, we disagree, obviously, right? But that doesn't mean that we can't like talk or discuss or have a fun, yeah, like online relationship ultimately. Um, and I am here in Washington D.C., so um, I do a lot of coverage at the U.S. Capitol, at the Supreme Court building. I talk to members of Congress as well. So I think you'll just really, if you just like politics in general, I think you'll really enjoy my channel. Beta says your view on APAC. It would take me a while to explain. We'll do a whole episode. Yeah, we could do a whole episode about that. Mudbutter says so. I guess the war's not ending anytime soon. Doesn't seem like it. It looks like there were I saw some articles or breaking news last night that the U.S. is launching defensive strikes against Iranian uh, watercraft that was laying mines in the Strait of Hormuz. Um, so it seems like it is kind of progressing in the future again. Beta says, bro, just no, bro. I ain't need them anyway. I don't care how much money they spend against me. And I'm not even sure the um Yeah, like what if seeking public office is the best way to implement change right now? Relaxing music says I'll never vote for the Republicans. Mudbutters thinks, yeah, I think it was definitely planned. I agree with you. Yeah, beta. I don't need APAC money, bruh. But yeah, Mudbutters, what do you think about the primary in Texas today? Any thoughts on John Cornyn or Ken Paxton? 22 of you guys have voted now in the poll, and it looks like um, 2/3 of you guys pretty much think Paxton is not, or Paxton is going to win. Beta says, so not kissing the wall, Aulden. Yeah, I'm not kissing the wall. No way. Never. I'll never kiss that wall. That's a campaign promise I'll make right now. I'll never touch or kiss that wall. Primal Screams, what are we waiting for? We're here waiting outside of Extra Space Storage here in Washington, D.C. Um, yeah, I have to do some stuff for my day job, so. But yeah, Primal Screams, we're almost at 1,000 YouTube subscribers as well. We're two people away. I think, yeah, we need two more subscribers. So Primal, if you're with anybody right now, if you know any of your friends that would subscribe, um, would love, yeah, if you can help get me two more subscribers. Primal Scream said, I just subbed. Thank you very much for subscribing. All right, so I guess now we're one person away. Um, Relaxing Music says they're both the same. Oh, Paxton and Cornyn are, yeah. Yeah, they agree on a lot of issues. They also, yeah, a lot of the disagreement really comes, or not even disagreement, um, because that's why you really look at the differences between the two is that like they're really just trying to get up to Trump, um, just trying to get Trump's favor. And Paxton won it out. He got an endorsement. That's why he's going to win today. Um,
Now, I'm not doing insurance.
Jake the Crusader says, I prefer the entire government. I prefer the rule. We don't show loyalty to other nations, national religions. Mm-hmm. That's a good one. Beta says, your job seems so chill. Yeah, I got a pretty chill job. I'm very lucky. Yeah, like I said, I'm blessed with the job I have right now. They're very flexible with my streaming. They want me to do well with this, and sometimes that means I work goofy hours, but um, I'll still do my part. If they're letting me stream in the mornings and come in around lunch, then um, um, yeah, it's just super chill. Sorry, I lost my train. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. Um, Primal says, "Hey, okay, so looks like a couple of people are saying that we are at 1,000 subscribers. Let's go. Currently, yes, sir. All right, but I just wanted to say thank you very much for helping me get up to 1,000 subscribers. Last 6 months have been a grind, but we hit it, baby. Yeah, we hit it. So, um, yeah, and really, let's just kind of do a quick little recap of how I've gotten to 1,000. First, really, 3 or 4 months were I was hovering around the 300s, but it's what really hit it is we got to the war in Iran and geopolitically started gaining a lot of people, a lot of international viewers. Um, as well, really picked up there. Some of the interviews with members of Congress have done well on the channel, and we've really grown a community. We have the Discord now. There's about 35 or 40 of us in there um, on a, um, we have a community. Absolutely. We're starting to get institutions. We have super chats as well. So we're really building something here. I'm really proud of us guys. Yeah, this has been a lot of fun. Um, and it's just been fun to be with you guys too. Like it's something that I look forward to in my daily life now. I'm talking politics with you guys again, your perspectives. Uh, I've learned from you guys. Hopefully you guys have learned from me. And hopefully you guys have kind of learned a little bit more about like what Washington DC is actually about, like become awoken to that. That's why I named it Awoken, is that like before I moved to DC, I thought it was just, yeah, it's totally different than what it actually is. I thought it was like some dump of a city that is just has political people that live in it, and then that's kind of it. But when you realize there's so much more to that, the money, the lobbying, um, foreign influence. There's so much going on that needs to be exposed and discussed, and that's what we're going to do on this channel together. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for subscribing and supporting me for as long as you guys have. Um, and here we go. We are going to 1,000 now. Let's keep going.
So the 10 by 11 climate control for 226. So here I got a 10 by 16 climate control.
Sam says 1,000 reads. Congratulations to the future president, Randall 1K. Jenny Harrell says congrats. Thank you, Jenny, as well as Fred's lady. Thank you. Jake the Crusader says, excellent job, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Ronwin Nance says, woohoo. Thank you very much, Ronwin. Primal Scream says, where did you move from? I moved from Indiana. Originally lived in Indiana, born and raised in Indiana. Jake says, so you had what my opinion is now. Yeah, amen. It's us versus everyone, and we need absolutely, man. Yeah, this DVR stuff, I think, is just um, it's totally secondary to the main problems that are facing our country. Actually, we don't have to love. Yeah, not doesn't have to be a big kumbaya or whatever, but there needs to be some temporarily like ceasefire. I think basically between the two parties, and we have to put America first ultimately. Um, correct, Randy. Yeah, K Street is the big lobbying street. Yeah, um, that's where they all kind of hide out, hang out. Primal Scream says congratulations. Yeah, thank you very much, Primal. Yeah, thanks for being here on the chain. Yeah, you've been in and out of the channel for a long time now, so appreciate your support. Ace says congrats, Aulden. Yeah, thank you, Ace. Yeah, dude, go Purple Aces. Uh, Randall says, I worked in Indianapolis for 5 months at Eli Lilly. I think I've been to that Eli Lilly before. Yeah. Suriana says, congrats, Alden. Proud of you. Thank you. Yeah, Suriana, she's been here a while. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, Suriana, you've been here a long time, dude. I appreciate your support, man. You ask a lot of tough questions. You've made me think a lot. So, um, yeah, I know we're not always on the same page, and sometimes you're right. But yeah, dude, appreciate you being here, dog. Thank you for hanging out, and thank you for having your mother subscribe to the channel this morning and help us get to 1,000. So, really appreciate you, big man. Relaxing Music says, do you support the Constitution? Absolutely, yeah. I carry one with me in my backpack at all times. Here, I'll show it to you. I got it in 4th grade. And let me get out my bag real quick. Yeah, I got this Constitution in 4th grade. You can see how like the I forgot the um, kind of flap or uh, I'm not sure what that's officially called. But yeah, like just look at all whether it's rain or whatever, it's just totally um, kind of aged the book. But I've had it since fourth grade. Um, yeah, I always keep her just in case. Never know what's going to happen. The real Uncle Sam official says I got one. Uh, Also, it's a softback book though. Yeah, I think we got back out. What's up, man? Do you watch videos on YouTube?
I do. I
Yeah.
was about to look.
Yeah, heck yeah, I do. Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah, I walk around DC, like interview members of Congress, just kind of go protest as well, just do man on the street coverage. And
What's
yeah,
what's the page?
it's called Awoken with Aulden, and my name is Aulden. Yeah, it should be a big purple logo. Yeah. Heck yeah, dog. Yeah, I just got one that like while I was in this store. So
That's
yeah,
what I was looking over
yeah,
there.
yeah. This extra space storage now will be known as my 1,000 subscriber area. Let's go, man. Yeah, but awesome, dude. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, brother. 1,001. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, beta consistency does pay off. Yeah, you're uh, yeah, we got to get out of this place. I think. Yeah, you can just put in any of them should be good. Yeah. Okay, cool. Is there a garbage can in this like break room or whatever? Okay, sweet. Thanks, dog. Nice to meet you, Alonzo.
Subscribe to this channel.
He did. Yep, Alonzo subscribed, bro. Yeah, let's go. Okay. Nice, dude. Yeah, we're over 1,000 too. We hit 1,000 while inside of that that extra space storage. Yeah, I'm still streaming, baby. Yeah. Um. Okay, here. Let's get to a couple of comments. Jake the Crusader says I got a big copy of the Bill of Rights posted on the Armory wall. Randall says never asked favorite forefather. Big fan of Washington, especially how he um, had his like pledge to not be a career politician since didn't even want to become president and said, okay, I'll serve my time. But then he understood that it's not a forever thing. And I think a lot of people would be, a lot of current representatives and senators should take his advice and heed his advice. Because we have people in there that have been, like we said, John Cornyn, he's been around since since I was born, basically. Um, Same with Mitch McConnell. He's been in the Senate since the 1980s. Do you know how long ago that was? Like 45 years. Yeah, like it's just insane how long some of these people are in office. So I appreciate his willingness to know that people shouldn't be in office forever.
Where's my umbrella?
Oh, I see it. It's right there. You see it? He's got it. Um, I've I've read it before, but like obviously can't remember everything in the document. Not a lawyer. If I was a lawyer, I'm sure it would be a little easier to remember a lot of that stuff, or you'd have to. Um, Here, let's go. Beta says, congratulations, Aulden. Consistency paid off. Absolutely. Yeah, man. We've been very consistent the past couple months with this. It's been 4 or 5 days a week of streaming, still doing a couple evening episodes as well. Like, we'll probably be back with you guys this evening because we'll want to do live coverage for Cornyn and Paxton, even though it may. I don't have all of my equipment. Yeah, I can always just stream on the phone too. Um, I do have my laptop though, which is all I really need, and the camera. So I guess I could, honestly. Yeah. hmm Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, maybe some election coverage from Union Pub tonight. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to get beer tonight for 1,000 subs. Um, what's going on? What the? So,
We're gonna be here for a minute.
yeah. Our Uber drivers like driving across half of the state of Maryland to get to us, it looks like. Um, absolutely, Jake. Very great one. Primal says, do you think there are people in your community that are impervious to change? Oh, that like people that probably that like what don't want change, that prefer the status quo. Beta says, anything political where you or your friend don't agree? Yeah, dude, like my friends, like I think people like that are really invested in politics, especially when they start, like I'd say honestly, my political beliefs, I haven't thought more about what I truly believe in over the last like probably 3 to 4 years is when I've really started to nail down what I believe in, what I think is right, what I think is wrong. Um, and you, and I think about that like a lot all day. Like I think about politics like the majority of the day. Um, just like when I'm daydreaming, like day thinking, just kind of farting around. Um, and yeah, you start developing such sharp beliefs. Um, and yeah, there's going to be disagreements with all of my friends in DC. Yeah, dude, I have disagreements with like my buddy in the car. Other like people I'll be getting trivia with tonight. We disagree on stuff, and it could be foreign policy, or it could be maybe some people aren't as far right on abortion, for example, or there's um, maybe about money and it could be about any issue. So yeah, like I disagree with my friends all the time on stuff, but we're veterans, so we're not just idiots screaming at each other, calling people racist or Nazis for disagreeing. Like we actually like debate, kind of like how we try and do in the Discord sometimes. We like actually have disagreements and debates in there, like on our YouTube as well. Like I've never really screamed or gotten very mad at somebody for having a different view than me, right? That's why I think we have such a politically diverse group of people on this channel. Um, it's because I'm pretty tolerant of dissenting voices. Yeah, you're right, Jake. Like, um, yeah, Jake says there's probably not Jake the Crusader, 1776, lives in California. Yeah, he's the guy that doesn't have an Uber or taxis, and it's because his town's so small. Yeah. Um, but yeah, you make a good point though, Jake. Primal Scream says dissenting from what? LOL. Like my personal opinions. Like obviously I'm right wing, but there's a lot of left wing people on the channel, and it's because I don't just treat them like garbage for disagreeing with me. Yeah. Um, and same, yeah, like even some of the right wing, there's more people that are right wing, but maybe they're more moderate or they're not as or maybe
Not as based.
not as based. Yeah,
It's okay. Not everybody can be based.
yeah, not everybody can be based, but
It's reserved for like a special few.
you know it. But yeah, but we're tolerant with people, and we let everyone have a voice on the on the channel. Yeah, I'm a free speech absolutist. So, like I've said, before, as long as you're not threatening violence or wanting,
At that point, it's not free speech; it's a threat.
yeah, right, yeah, that's not really free speech. That's just a threat. So as long as you're not threatening violence or advocating for violence or stuff like that, everyone's welcome on the channel. Mudbutter says it has Jake, or Jake says right wing can surpass Republicans. Mudbutters agrees and adds that we are witnessing the end of the GOP. And Jake says just like left wing can surpass Democrat. Yeah, that's true. Like I'd say probably Bernie Sanders is a good example of that. Someone that's like much further left than like standard Democrat establishment, for example. But yeah, maybe we are witnessing the end of the parties, though. Mudbutter says, sure, but there aren't really any true left wingers in America, but there sure are racist white nationalists, far right for sure. Oh, shut up, Mudbutters. Goodness gracious, bro. Yeah, you're always like, yeah, you always love shitting on right wingers, bro. Beta says, how much Israel love / hatred in your political friend circle? Yeah, that topic, it comes up a lot more now than it really ever has. Like in the last probably 12 months, I'd say. Maybe 14 months or so. But yeah, the Israel topic is quite brought up quite frequently. And you just kind of, just like all topics, you just have to know how people feel about it and just like what vocabulary to use to not like, yeah, you don't want to upset your friends. But like it is brought up a lot. Yeah. Even with like normal people, like sometimes I'll be at like a random happy hour. Just got some breaking news, everybody. Federal judge blocks Alabama redistricting plan and blow to Trump. Just got, I don't, just says for and blow at Trump. So if someone wants to get on at some, this Alabama story, this could be huge. That means the Democrats could be getting a seat back.
Yo, that's another right there.
Whoa, yeah, look at that guy doing a wheelie. Let's go. Randall says, I'm a right-leaning libertarian, and I left the GOP in 2008. I couldn't stomach voting for John McCain. Mudbutter says we could go to Siberia and find real far left. Jake says, in my experience, most Republicans are fairly moderate. I know some full-blown Nazis, and they'd probably all be considered anarchists. About 1% of the white population in the USA holds a true white supremacy mentality. Most of them are prison dwellers. What?
That it's actually in the neo-Nazi interest to vote Democrat. It's because of what their policies do.
Damn. Yeah.
That's how damaging Democrat.
They
make
terrible.
jokes about it. Like Nick Fuentes, that's fucking.
And Jake says about, let's go, Ryan. What's going on, Ryan? Thanks for joining the stream today. Ryan says, so basically the gun bill Cornyn voted for after Uvalde will probably cost him this runoff. Maybe some of that. I really think, honestly, man, I don't disagree with that by any means. Sweet. It's just he doesn't have Trump's backing right now. And okay. Yeah, he just doesn't have Trump's ear right now. And we've seen time and time again the president's voice matters a lot in these primaries.
So we have to go to the post office, right? Yeah, so that's the post office. When you get there, can you wait? When you get there at the post office, can you wait for us to go pick up the mail? I'll put your seatbelt on.
We locked in. Okay.
I'm going mute. I'm sorry to have bothered you.
Oh, you're good, man. Now that's what makes it's live streaming. It's all authentic. You know, it is like, that's why I like live streaming rather than editing videos.
But isn't it fun live streaming Uber and everything?
Yeah. Going to our next
Like,
second Uber of the day.
This is what real DC looks like, beyond like the National Mall. Not a lot of people see this part of DC.
Truly, yeah, not at all. Truly.
DC can be a shithole.
Primal Scream says, I don't understand how you seem to revere the Constitution, and this regime has violated it constantly. How can you support that? Didn't say, I'm definitely not like, yeah. Yeah. And, but like, I've dissented from the ad, you guys know me. I've been critical before. Yeah. The real Uncle Sam official says, was that a scooter? Yeah. A little moped scooter. Rebecca Alexander says, morning from Alaska, Aulden. Good morning, Rebecca. Thank you for joining our stream. Big news this morning, Rebecca, we hit over 1,000 subscribers just about 15, 20 minutes ago. So we're shooting up in the right direction. We're over 1K now, and we're getting there. So thank you. Thank you for hanging out with us, Rebecca. Hope you're doing well from Alaska. Hopefully it's a little warmer up there now. Yeah, hopefully you're starting to get a little warmer as we almost hit June. It's almost June, if you guys can believe that. Jake the Crusader asked, Uvalde was the shooting with all of the policemen being cowards, right? Yeah, they didn't go into school. They just kind of waited outside. That was a pretty horrific. Yeah, that was horrific. Very sad day in Uvalde for sure. Beta says state officials going to the Supreme Court in Alabama case. Judge said the GOP violated the 14th Amendment. Wow, yeah, it's yeah, so that's a pretty big deal. If the Dems keep that seat for another cycle, that only increases. That's only going to boost their odds of recapturing the chamber come November, because they took a blow in Virginia. Remember, so they're down 4 already, and that's got to hurt them for now. So. Randall says, is that speculation, Beta, or is it already stated? Yeah, we'll kind of see. Yeah, right now, being on the stream, I can't really leave the stream read, so Beta's very good at providing us breaking news updates, though. Beta's kind of our, Beta's like our, Beta and Suryanish are both very good at providing and saying with breaking news updates, but so the three of them are kind of like the news reporter trio that we have on the channel. But everyone's always welcome to put breaking news in the chat. Dirty Money. What's going on, Dirty Money? Thanks for hanging out with us, big dog. Says good morning, Aulden, mods, and patriots. Happy MAGA Tuesday. What's going on, big dog? Primal Scream says got to go yard work. Congrats and leave the dark side when you get the chance. Haha. All right, we'll keep going back and forth on that, Primal Screams. But good luck with your yard work. It's about time. Yeah, it's a good time of year to do it. So, wishing you a wonderful rest of your day. Jake the Crusader said, yeah, Uvalde was disgraceful. Yeah, pretty, very sad. No question there. Howard says the 14th Amendment, the one that was not properly ratified, ND, has become our new Constitution. What's going on, Howard? Clegg 6497. Thanks for popping on our stream. Everybody, just, yeah, good morning to Howard. Good morning to all of you as well. We just hit above 1,000 subscribers just a couple of minutes ago, so just want to thank you all for supporting the channel. Pretty big day in our channel's history. As we march onward, yeah, we're now 1,000 strong, and now we just keep elevating from there. So thank you all for hanging out with us. Make sure you leave the video a like as well if you're enjoying the political commentary. We've had a lot of topics this morning, but our main topic has been the Texas election, the primary runoff here in the Lone Star State, dealing with John Cornyn and Ken Paxton. Pretty important and exciting race. Looking like Paxton has got it. And that's what you guys are thinking as well. 30 of you guys have voted now. And 2/3 of you guys think Paxton has got it. Whereas only a third of you guys are having faith in Mr. Cornyn, the incumbent. Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah, we've kind of covered the race before. Just a little recap. Looking like Cornyn will do well in urban and suburban areas, but will struggle in the rural areas. Paxton, he's going to run up the score. And a lot of these, Texas, I believe they have the most counties in the country that a singular state has. It's well over 100. Might be well over 200. I think 232, 233 counties in Texas, maybe. Um, the counties we're going to be, or areas we're going to be looking at, in particular, Austin. Austin has grown in size. Um, Additionally, the Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, and all of those suburbs of those major cities, Corpus Christi, um, El Paso, all of those, Cornyn's going to need help from those areas in particular. So that's what he's going to be hanging his hat on. The Colonel says, what's going on, Colonel? Are you familiar with the Maverick Act proposed by Senator Kelly and Sheehy? I may have heard, but I can't remember what's included within the bill. But maybe heard that, but can't. Yeah, not sure what it's all about though. Dirty Money says I haven't kept up with the Texas Senate race. I'm watching this idiot Graham Plattner in Maine. Yeah, he's going to be the Democratic nominee for the Dems in Maine, the lobster state. Yeah, he's going to be up against Susan Collins. Susan Collins, she's been around for a long time as well. She's running for re-election once again in Maine. One of probably the Senate Republicans' most vulnerable incumbent running for re-election this fall for sure. She survived in 2020, in a year that Joe Biden won the state. Statewide, she was able to get split ticket voters. A lot of moderate Democrats will consistently vote for Collins due to some of her votes on abortion, and some other maybe uh, liberal slash leftist priorities. She will toe the line to survive, um, and that always makes it um, always gives her a fighting shot come November. So it's up. Yeah, this is definitely the fight for her life. But as we've seen before, you can't really count out Susan Collins. Yeah, can't count out Collins. You good, dog? You good?
Yeah.
Okay. You're biting your finger.
Oh, I was picking at my fingernail.
Howard says, or the Colonel says,
This is what DC actually looks like. Like, it's the most boring ass,
yeah.
old, unkept city. This is what socialism does.
So here's MGM roast beef and Capitol auction. This is kind of like, yeah, we're in. Once you go a couple minutes outside of the Capitol, it kind of looks like any other normal city a little bit. But Colonel says they want to restore 4 retired F-14s for public display, and Jared Iskaman company will restore them. Gotcha. So maybe do you think this is just a payout for that company, Colonel? Howard says the GOP has to shed these rhinos. Yeah, Cornyn would be a good start. Jake the Crusader says, what I don't get is this billionaire guy running for DemGov here in Cali talking about billionaires, talking about taxing billionaires.
Yeah. All right, thank
you. Just broke going to tax himself.
No, you can't.
Yeah. Oh, if a carry. Yeah. I'll just leave the coffee in here. Here at the post office this morning, here in Washington, D.C., one of the many post offices. Okay, let's get back to some of the comments, though. Is he going to tax himself? Probably. Pablo, what's going on, Pablo? Thanks for joining the stream. Says, idiot, question mark, your GO Republican buddies that seated with him like him because he is way more aligned with Sanders than typical Dems. You know you are in trouble and really butthurt. Yeah, Pablo was going after dirty money. Howard says we will exempt himself, Jake, and make money on the corruption. Yeah, probably. That's a good point, Howard. Jake says only ads I see are his, and I don't even remember his name. He bought out YouTube for sure. Tom Steyer. He ran for president. Uh, Jake says, yeah, when Gavin forced, like when Gavin forced churches to close during COVID, while he threw maskless parties at his winery. Yeah, like when Pelosi got her hair done without a mask on or whatever. Yeah, hypocrite. Colonel says COVID only attacks in churches and gyms. You're safe in Walmart or the liquor store. Yeah. Um, Howard says it was a trash move, Jake. Hypocrisy is their way. Beta says some news coming. Vance closing his 2028 plan for president. I did see that, Beta, that JD is rethinking his strategy or plans to run for re-elect or not re-election, excuse me, to run for president. Maybe fears that he's too tied up with the current admin, and they just kind of saw what happens when the incumbent VP tries to succeed the exiting president. It's tough. It's easy for the opponent to tie them to with. Um, oh my goodness.
You gotta think the holiday and then Monday was no delivery, so it kind of builds up.
Yeah, built up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, you can read the card out here.
Cool. Thanks, dog.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yes, sir.
Dude, we're going to be eating here for the. Yeah, let's go. Oop. Other door. Is Ilhan going to get tied to the fraud? That's what people always say, but we never really see accountability. Yep. Uh-oh. Oh, he's got a crate of stuff back here. Okay, it ain't that bad. Just his personal belongings. Yeah.
Here, just you stream, bro. I got this.
Yeah. Yeah, a ton of mail, man. Sweet.
That's mine.
That should be it. Yeah. Mm. Um,
Is that all of it? Yeah.
cool.
We'll be right back.
Yep. Yeah, we're just going to put this back. Thank you, sir. We got the cart back, everybody. So, going to head back to the Uber now. Yep. Should be it. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, that's a good amount. That'll definitely get us through the rest of the week for sure.
How long should we get to the office? 16 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll need help carrying this stuff in. All right, let's see.
Can you play like genuine mariachi music? Mariachi? Yeah, I want to hear some mariachi music.
All right, let's get a couple comments here.
No, I don't want to do it. You can do it.
Yeah, I'm from a red town. Most Cali is red. They just outnumber us in major cities. Yeah, it's just almost impossible. We're talking millions of voters, and like LA, yeah.
You see over there what it said station?
Yeah, just play Ozuna. Play Ozuna.
Yeah,
Play Aulden Rodriguez.
Type over there and put like mariachi or something. It's gonna give you as soon as you put something, it's gonna give you a few options. and
It's just Pandora. Oh,
yeah, yeah, you can get anything you want from that. You know the name of the artist.
I think Howard thinks JD should go back to the Senate. Jake says Rubio XF 2028, the year of our Lord, American Crusade era. Joe says Pelosi's brother Franklin was charged with gang rape and other perverted acts in 53. The victims were 11 and 13 years old, all of which is public record. Randall says opinion, Rubio has got it in the bag. Jake says Pelosi's family is very hated in their hometown. Terrible neighbors. Yikes, yeah. If you're a bad neighbor, you're a bad member of Congress.
look at this guy's driving.
Yeah. Budweiser. Look at that Budweiser truck.
You Mexican?
Hell no, dude.
But you been there? You been
Yeah.
in Mexico?
I've been to Mexico. Yeah.
Okay.
Marco's
One time.
not going to win. Not going to win.
I went to Puerto
if
Vallarta.
he doesn't have a chance of winning. Howard says it appears the trolls haven't caught on to your channel yet, or am I wrong on that?
I just love mariachi.
Deborah
Oh, yeah,
Thompson has a
nice.
troll emoji. What's going on, Deborah? Thank you for joining the stream today.
You're cute.
Wonderful to see you, Deborah.
Morning.
Howard.
Marco Rubio. Yeah, he's good,
Marco
right?
Rubio?
Uh,
Yeah, Marco's
I
good,
don't
right?
dislike him, but I don't like him. I have no
Oh,
problem
I see.
with nobody. Donald Trump, I don't care.
I like Marco.
Yeah, I try not to get involved in politics. You know?
Howard says it appears the
Whatever
trolls
they
haven't
doing,
caught
I
on.
don't
Yeah,
care.
so Howard, sometimes trolls will be here. It just really depends on the day. Sometimes there's more, sometimes it's like majority trolls. Sometimes there's like 2 trolls. Sometimes it's chill like today. You just never know.
Yeah. I feel you.
And today's a pretty decent stream as well, too. Like, it's not the, is it the strongest stream that I've ever had? Not necessarily, but like this has been a good stream, especially for me just being in the Uber. Yeah.
Yeah. Is Cuban music like mariachi music?
Jake says I think Rubio would de facto have the right wing and moderate Latino vote.
Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound
Mhm.
like this at all.
No,
Okay.
Especially Florida.
that's unique.
Deborah says the trolls come out at night. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, it is pretty chill today, Howard. You know, there's always been a good amount of people on as well, and like some new people as well. Like I think Howard, first time I think I remember seeing your name on here. But yeah, there's some other new people as well that were here earlier. So it's been a pretty fun day today. Jake says if Marco paired with PXF probably would get 100% of the Catholic vote. Yeah. Good point there. If you're just now joining the stream, though, would love if you guys left the video a like. Also hit that subscribe button as well. We have some big announcement. Wanted to say we just eclipsed over 1,000 subscribers a couple of minutes ago. So just from the bottom of my heart, just want to once again say thank you for subscribing to my channel. We're 1,000 strong now, and we're only going to get up, grow that number from here. But I do have some fun 1,000 subscriber special planned, some plans for us, and we'll definitely get something. We'll get something good here in the next couple of days. Maybe on Purple Friday we'll have the 1,000 subscriber special. Because it is going to be a different kind of stream than what we might typically do, or at least the beginning of it will be. So, but yeah, we got some fun plans. All right, Randall. Nice to see you again, brother. Thanks for popping on the stream, dude. Appreciate you being here. Have a wonderful rest of your day, big dog. Howard says watched you during the Massey fiasco. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, been a couple times then. Nice, dude. Well, thanks for popping back in, dude. Appreciate you being here. Jake says if that happened, though, a lot of Protestants would have issues voting for a double Catholic leadership. Maybe not, but a lot of people are focusing on religion these days. Seems to be, yeah, people's personal identities. And definitely religion is a lot of, um, is very uh, close to some, people's hearts and their identities. So makes sense. Mud Butter says the MAGA struggle. What's going on, Mud Butters? Nice to see you again. Nice to pop back in. Um, kind of near Cap Hill area once again. Mud Butter says, ask what happens historically when religion and politics butt heads. Well, wouldn't necessarily be butting if there's an agreement with it. Deborah. Yeah, Deborah. Yeah, yeah, Butters, dude. Dude, some people are coming after you in the Discord and you're not even there to defend yourself, dog. You got to get in here. Yeah, everybody, that is a reminder. So if you are, if you have the Discord app, we would love to get you in our channel's Discord. There's about 35, 40 of us in there. We're talking politics, debating, sending memes back and forth. So we'd love to have you join our Discord. You can find the link to that in our channel description in the bio on our homepage. Just takes a couple minutes to set up. But yeah, we'd love to have you in there. Was that lady trying to get money or something? Yeah, that lady's trying to get money or something. I think she's asking for money.
Don't give her. Do not roll the window down. No, don't do it. Hell no. We do not. It's all
There she goes. We're here on 8th Street. Yeah, 4th and 8th Street. Yeah, we're kind of close to the Capitol again.
That parable of the duck, frog, or in the scorpion.
Oh, maybe.
The frog and the scorpion, that's what it is.
Oh.
When like the marsh is flooding and the scorpion's gonna die and it gets on the frog's back and promises the frog is not gonna sting him. And he stings the frog anyway because, just for no reason.
Yeah.
Just because it's in their nature. And Bob is the scorpion in this situation.
Jake the Crusader says some Warhammer 40,000 type extremism. Well,
you know what he's talking about?
No.
You know Warhammer 40K?
I haven't heard of that, yeah.
You have Amazon Prime?
I think so, yeah.
Video,
Dad does, yeah, parents do, yeah.
If you have Prime Video, go look up the show called Secret Rebel. And then look up the episode called They Shall Know No Fear. And then you'll learn about Warhammer 40K.
Tracking.
Super cool.
Sounds good. Something we'll have to do, Jake. But yeah, we're pretty close, aren't we? Yeah, we're 5 minutes away. All right, everybody, we'll stay on the stream for another minute or two, but I think we're at a pretty good stopping point. I'll have to head in and work, start doing some stuff to where it's going to be a little tougher for me to be streaming at the same time. So,
Look, these are what you call lobbyists, people.
Yeah,
I got a herd of lobbyists right there.
The Crusader says it's like Star Wars and Star Trek had a baby that loved to go on holy war and hated aliens with a deep passion, but it all takes place in hell.
It is literally space Rome on a Catholic crusade 40,000 years in the future. That's what Warhammer 40K is.
Oh, okay.
Space Rome on a Catholic crusade 40,000 years in the future. That's what Warhammer 40K is. Look at this old dude. Look at him. Hey, keep going, man. Shit, you exercise way more than I do. Life is so crazy, man. There's so much going on. There's so much people being seen.
Yeah, DC is such a huge city. There's just so many people here. Deborah says, I love DC. So many suites or suits. Yes, so many people dressed up in them suits, man. One of the last remaining dress formal places in the country.
But that's because it's old as fuck and is resistant to change because it's slow and bureaucratic. The suits are all for show.
Mudbutter says driver plane that Tigress del Norte. Love it, LOL. Mudbutter says DC is a tiny city and that Baltimore is bigger. Geographically speaking. Deborah says OMG. But we're about to pull up to work. We had a really strong stream today. Just want to thank you all for hanging out. We will be back later this evening. We will be doing live election coverage of the Texas Senate runoff tonight and other races in Texas. Once again, we have the Attorney General's race. You have Chip Roy versus Mays Middleton, I believe is his name. And then you have the Senate race, obviously. We'll be back later this evening, but just a reminder, if you are leave this video a like, also share the video with your friends. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Big thank you to everyone who's helped us get over 1,000 subscribers. A big milestone in our channel's history. We'll be doing some special stuff throughout the week to celebrate together, so thank you all for that. But yeah, I think we're going to end things here. So you can find the link to Cornyn bio, where I'll be throughout the day chatting with you guys, sending updates about the Texas races, and all that good stuff. But yeah, for now we're going to be logging off here. We'll be leaving you for the day. Have a good rest of your day, everybody. Much love, and you have been awoken with Aulden. So all right, much love, everybody. We'll see you later in the day. Goodbye.